What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Manbitesfilm, episode 112, 112. Lewis, are you gonna?
Hell yeah, 112, brother.
I thought you were gonna say 2 there for a second. I was like, that's not the right number.
It's over now.
The man that I thought couldn't count for a second, my cousin Lewis.
Hey.
Of course, the dankest of the danks, Mr. Williamphoenix.
Hey, I'm right here for you. How you doing?
And our special guest, it's Zach.
I'm Zach.
You already know.
Yes, you are.
So how's everyone doing? How's everyone's week been? Anything new and exciting happening?
I am all peaches and cream over here. Like my rib is actually my rib's doing a lot better.
Oh, really?
Good.
Yeah.
William, do you have like a mask for every day of the week or something?
No, I just... So here's the thing. For those that don't know, in the past 3 days, I've had like... I don't want to say like shipments, but I've had like 3... I ordered masks.
4 or 5?
And they all like came in like in the span of like 3 days. And I still got more on the way. And I mean, like, they're really nice masks. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Like, but they're mostly like the Potter masks. The reason why I was stocking up on them is because I was going off of the whole, we are going back to New York probably sometime in August, maybe early September. And in New York, I'm going to be wearing them pretty much every day because I walk to work. And then while I'm at work and whatnot, I'm not going to want to wear the same mask twice. Yeah. Not because I'm like, pinky in the air, but it's because I don't want to carry the same shit in and out.
Right.
So I did a head count today, and I have 14 masks with 3 more on the way.
Oh, damn.
Christ.
But I mean, like, you think like that's a 2-week span, and then you do like, your day off, you do laundry, you wash them all together, boom, you're good to go. It's a 2-week, you know what I mean? We have boxers, we have socks that, we have like multiple days of.
True.
So, and those get a lot, well, no, I mean, not as dirty, but here's the problem now. Today I found out my job is still up in the air, and we're talking possibly September. What is not looking good, and remember when I say my job, again, for those that are tuning in for the first time, in New York, I run a hospitality department in a museum that is about 75% interactive. Okay?
Okay.
Wolf, stay safe.
Yeah, exactly, right? Dude.
My girlfriend that works in a regular office, which you can definitely social distance in a regular office, was told today they're not going back before January 2021.
Yeah.
So if they're not going back before then, I'm probably going to start looking for work up here in Connecticut because I'm not going to stay on unemployment between now and then. Like, there's no fucking way. Like, I need some shit to do.
But honestly, is the market even good for jobs right now? Like,
I just got a new job.
I mean, he's got a new job, and like, but the thing is, like, he got a job in like medication. Everybody gets sick. Everybody needs medication.
Exactly.
I'm more in the hospitality part, so in a place like Connecticut, it's a little bit harder. But I mean, if I need to find an office job up here, and I'll find a fucking office job up here until I need to, but. Now the point is I'm sitting on almost like 16 masks, and I like go out once a day for like half hour, 40 minutes, and I'm like, okay, well that backfired.
Now I'm excited. I ordered my first like custom mask online. It looks like Bane from Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So that's supposed to be coming in this week.
I have Buddy Christ as my mask.
I feel like masks are becoming like the next like tattoo thing. It's like, what's the next mask gonna be? Like, what are you getting next? Like, what's it gonna like? I know around September, October, I'm getting a Game of Thrones mask.
Oh,
okay. I was gonna say winter is coming because that's very appropriate.
Zach, are you gonna just embrace it and just shave your head and just?
Yeah, I'm gonna go full Tom Hardy.
Yeah, just go full Tom Hardy. Buy the vest and everything. Oh man, that'd be incredible. Stupidity. The Rona chronicles continue. I went to do groceries today. And we're in Publix, where shopping is a pleasure for anyone that lives in Florida or Georgia, some places in Georgia. And whatever, everyone's wearing their mask, and this guy just walks in casually on his phone, no mask, and no one tells him anything.
Yep.
Nothing. And I looked at him like, and I should have said something. I just hate fucking confrontation, man.
Oh,
So
dude, I have fun whenever I go to like Publix and stuff like that, and somebody's walking the opposite way of the road,
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
and I go, "Oh, look at that! Somebody's not looking at the arrows on the floor."
No, he walked. So I guess he noticed. Of course he knows he's not wearing a mask. So when he turned around to leave, he kind of did this weird thing where he was like trying to cover his face with his hand.
Yeah.
And then I looked at him and I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot," and I'm pretty sure he heard me. And then,
So stupid.
5 minutes later, I see these two Hispanic ladies walking. One of them is wearing a mask, and the other one is not. And I'm like, bro, what is happening in our world? Why are people this stupid? It just baffled me. I was like, this is incredible. So the Rona Chronicles continue of people just being really, really dumb and stupid.
Yeah, I mean, just wear a fucking mask. It's
Yes,
really,
please.
Like, yes, it's annoying. I get it. It's hard to breathe sometimes, but it's gonna be even harder to breathe if you catch the virus and it actually hits you hard. So I'd rather deal with the suffering of breathing and fogging up my glasses for a little bit than fucking get the actual thing.
Also, wear a fucking mask properly.
Yeah,
That too.
Yes, it covers your nose, guys.
The amount of old people that I see walking around with like what do you call it, Brandon? The penis nose?
Yeah, it's like your dick. It's like if you put your pants on, but your dick's hanging out of your pants. It's the same concept.
Like with the dick nose, and I'm like, why? Oh my god.
So, anything exciting in your life, Zach? Anything you wanna?
Yes, I would love to drop a pluggy plug.
Do it.
Night of the Living Dead. We completed it, and it drops on Friday. My digital staged reading.
Awesome. So, how can they view this? Like, where do they have
so
to
it's
go?
being distributed by the Any Stage Theater Company in DC.
Okay.
That's ANYSTAGE. Any Stage. AnyStageDC. Also on Facebook and YouTube. It's going up Friday at 8 o'clock.
Nice.
Could there possibly be a link to this on our Manbitesmedia page too?
Well, I sure hope so.
Oh yes, easy for you to find a listener. Plug meets plug.
So what is this? You guys are just doing like a reading of the script?
So yeah, it's it's an adaptation. We combined a couple characters that we could be doing it with, mostly just 5 actors.
Okay.
But it is all verbatim, the original Romero text. We didn't alter any of the dialogue, we just redistributed it. And yeah, I got just a bunch of really brilliant DC-based artists who are all starved for creative work. And we all got together over Zoom about a week ago. And
nice.
Yeah, and we worked through it. It has costumes, it has editing, it has...
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very elaborate... It's something between a radio play and a reading, and it's a new experiment.
That's
Are
awesome.
are you playing anybody in the?
I read for one of the guys that's interviewed on TV, but predominantly I directed and edited it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, sorry to interrupt you, Lewis. I know you're gonna say
No.
something.
I just love this new media that's coming out of all this shit with Corona. Honestly, like, who would have thought that we could do a play through Zoom?
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I saw recently was like, instead of haunted houses, because everything's shut down, it's like drive-through haunted houses now.
Yes.
I fucking love that idea. That
has not been a thing in the past. I don't fucking know.
it
Like,
really
we drive
hasn't.
through everything here. Like, how did not somebody wake up one day going, maybe we should do a drive-through haunted house?
Well, it's like a haunted path, but you could drive through it, and it's part of the interaction, and it's like, holy shit, yes! How much fucking yes is that, know?
The ingenuity that's coming out of this, the creativity, and
I love it.
that people aren't just taking this lying down, I really appreciate.
Yeah. Wait. How does somebody do like so it's just like a...
that that safari thing that they have up in Broward that you just drive through the safari.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, just with zombies and creatures and monsters.
Oh, so you're in your car basically, and then you just...
Because, nothing can go wrong driving in a car and scaring somebody that could potentially floor it and run people over out of fear.
I hope it doesn't happen, but I could totally see something bad happening.
Oh,
hopefully it's nothing crazy, where somebody gets...
hopefully this works out, because this is a really cool idea.
Yeah, it's a
really
cool idea.
like the idea, honestly.
But I could totally see somebody getting super scared and they just slam on the fucking accelerator by accident or something. I could totally see that. Anyways, as always, our first segment, Spill Binge. This is where Zach brings us one Steven Spielberg movie every week until we finish his filmography or discography, like I said, 2-3 weeks ago. I don't remember when. So, Zach, what movie is it that it is this week?
The Lost World, Jurassic Park.
How do you guys feel about this movie?
I love this movie. A lot of people do not like this movie. And I really enjoy it. It is what it is. It's campy fun. It's a fucking sequel. Spielberg knew that. So he drove into the curve and said, fuck it, let's just have fun with this thing. And he kind of throws everything to the fucking wall and just says, let's see what sticks, So, Zach, what's the plot?
So the plot is Hammond wants to send explorers over to the sister park or sister island of the original island that the park was on, where they've been breeding all the dinosaurs because it's just left unchecked in the 4 years since the original. So dinosaurs are just running wild, and he needs people to go and inspect it. So he calls in sexy leather girl Bloom again.
Yes.
And he is initially reluctant, but he finds out that his girlfriend, Julianne Moore, is already on the island, so he goes along with a team of Richard Schiff and Vince Vaughn for some reason.
A very young Vince Vaughn.
Yes. And they go to the island, and adventure ensues.
Yes. I love the... one of my favorite sequences in the movie is when they have the baby T-Rex.
Yes.
And then the T-Rex starts hitting their camper and it falls over the cliff and shit. That whole sequence is
I
really,
love
really
that
cool.
sequence on the glass. The glass.
The glass windshield, that was really cool. I love the silhouette T-Rex and the tent.
Yes.
This did really have some moments. It is very sequel-y.
Yeah.
The
scene where when they actually get back to land, and it's you have the T-Rex walking through the backyard and the pool and shit like that.
And it eats the dog.
Yeah. I was that's so sequel-esque, It's perfect. It's like that fucking Independence Day moment where the kid's shooting at the aliens, It's very much to that. It's very reminiscent of that.
Yeah. Had you seen this movie before, right, Zach?
I have not. No, this was my first watch.
Oh,
really?
Shit. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Wow.
I think my biggest complaint is the characterization of Dr. Malcolm really changes between part 1 and part 2.
Drastically.
In the first one, he's a very consistently, he's very laid back, very chill, again, sexy scientist type. And in this one, they push him forward into leading man. We meet his daughter. He has a girlfriend. He's really, they make him not this, army of one kind of guy. And it really, I don't know, it didn't really land for me.
Also, I think they portrayed the fact that he did suffer through this fucking PTSD very well.
I did like that. I did like that side of it. And people don't believe his story, or they do, or whatever. I did like that side of it. I don't know, thrusting him into the protagonist slot, I didn't really feel.
He is utterly terrified about going to that fucking island. He's like, no, I'm never doing this shit again, dude.
I love that line where he goes, but wait until they start running and running ensues, all that whole sequence.
Yeah.
Wait until you're having fun now. Just wait.
This had sequences that really landed for me, but as a whole, I wasn't really feeling it.
How'd you feel the sequence when his daughter starts doing the gymnastics and she
Oh my
kicks
god.
the shit out of the raptor?
I'm sorry, but that raptor would have taken a shoe.
That dude, dude, that raptor was that's the whole scene is such bullshit, but whatever.
Well, and it incorporates so much more CG than the first one does,
Yeah.
so it doesn't visually look as stunning as the original one did.
True.
Because it's Phantom Menace era CG.
Yeah.
It's what, 97?
Yes, I think Lost World is 97. Yeah.
Yeah. The moments with practical effects, of course, I love the baby T-Rex saving it scene. And when the little guys are all over the one dude. But even still, when they're swarming around him, they look like something from PS2 cutscene, but then they jump on him and they're all puppets, and it's like, oh, okay.
I forget in the intro scene of the movie when the little girl gets attacked, are they CGI or is that practical?
Yeah, they're CG.
They're CG? Okay.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
It's almost as bad as the pterodactyls in the third movie.
I don't know, like it's definitely nowhere near in the ballpark of the original, but it's dumb fun.
I think it's in the lower ballpark for Spielberg, honestly. 100%.
I imagine if I had seen this in a theater, if I had seen this when it first came out, I imagine I would have had more fondness for it.
Mm-hmm.
But since I know that it paved the way for Jurassic World, which, as I previously alluded to, I despise, I'm just, like, taking away the smart aspect of the sci-fi of Jurassic Park and amping up the big monster smash on things side of it really just doesn't do it for me, man.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, William? You've been very quiet.
I mean, Jurassic Park is one of those trilogies that I like the movies literally in the sequence that they came out. As far as like, what's your favorite? What's your least favorite? It literally goes 1, 2, and 3.
We don't talk about 3 though. 3 is a piece of shit, and that's just what I think.
Hey! If we're talking about Crystal Skull when that time comes, we're talking about 3 for Jurassic Park. What?
That one was still Spielberg. He did not do Jurassic Park 3.
True.
True. All right. So, but I'll give you that, Zach. Definitely. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was definitely like a different take. I did like how they brought it, to the mainland to see how people would react to dinosaurs loose in San Diego, and obviously there's like the stereotypical Japanese running away, screaming Godzilla.
Yeah, very Godzilla.
That is so 90s. Right,
I love that. That was so good.
So 90s. I actually recently, and I'm taking a quick step back to the first Jurassic Park because I was not aware of this. There is Jeff Goldblum there's a hidden Easter egg which is actually in our face. I don't know if you guys know or not. In Independence Day, which is a callback to Jurassic Park.
Really?
Yes. So when he's with Will Smith in the mothership,
Mm-hmm.
and they've implanted the virus, the nuke got shot, and they are racing back to the door that's closing, and they're getting shot at from behind. Jeff Goldblum literally says, "Must go faster, must go faster, must go faster, must go faster."
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that is very
never
true.
Realized was a callback to the original Jurassic Park.
Oh wow!
And then I was like, "Oh my god, how have we not seen this since like ever?" And then now I can't stop thinking about it. So
that's very true. Holy shit!
And it looks like also like Jurassic World 3 is going to be doing like Jurassic Park 2, where they're bringing it back to the mainland.
Also, all 3 of them are coming back, right?
Huh?
All 3 of them are coming back for Jurassic World 3, right?
Apparently.
Laura Dern? Really?
Yeah, Laura Dern. What's this guy's name?
Sam Elliott?
Yeah,
No,
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott.
And Jeff Goldblum. Supposedly all 3 of them.
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill, sorry.
Yeah,
There you go. I didn't think it was,
Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum are all supposedly coming to reprise their roles.
Now,
for
we don't
Jurassic
know,
World 3.
like, after the whole coming back that we got from Jeff Goldblum for the second Jurassic World, I'm going to hold my cards as, like, my excitement cards about it until I see it.
I still haven't even
how
seen
much
it.
of an involvement they have.
I still haven't even seen the second Jurassic World.
I saw it twice.
It's okay.
Okay, wait. See, do you like it better than the...
No!
Okay.
I just happened to see it twice. I was with two different groups of people, and the second time I was like, yeah, let's go see a movie. What do you want to do? They're like, let's go see Jurassic World 2. And I was like, God damn it. So I have seen this movie 2 times.
Damn, you're a fucking... You are a special person, because I would have been like, no, I don't want to watch that movie. Specifically knowing that you don't like that film, damn, dude. You are
the bad guys have an auction where they're selling dinosaurs off to millionaires. That seems cool.
But anyway, circling back to Jurassic Park 2. It's okay. It's not like, I don't go out of my way to watch it. I feel like I've seen it the least amount of times compared to 1 and 3. But I'll sit through it, and it's more like a background noise kind of movie. And like when I pay attention, I'm like, oh, I know what scene's coming up. So, Branden was saying, oh, the scene where they are rescuing the baby T-Rex and mom and dad show up. Like, I'll stop and watch that because that's a good scene to me.
Yeah.
I like the suspense even to this day. But then for the most part, I'm just like, all right, I know whereabouts they are, and then I still feel bad for that dog that gets eaten, and then
right. And Richard Schiff just gets snapped in 2.
Yeah, I was about to say best death in that movie when he like rip him out of the Jeep and they just fucking destroy him.
Dude, I think best highlight sequences for this movie and the scenes that I actually stop and pay attention to, because like William said, I watch this as kind of like background noise, is the scene where the glass is cracking.
Yep.
And then the scene right before that where you see the trees shifting and
when they're in that the thing up in the top of the trees,
the little hunting thing.
Yeah, the hunting thing. Yeah,
dude, when you see the trees shifting and stuff like that, it's equivalent to the white knuckle scene in the first Jurassic Park when you see the ripples in the water.
Okay.
Yeah,
so good.
They do it twice, and both times it really tickled me. Was when a character would die off screen next to a body of water, so that then the water turned red to signify that they had died. That they do it 2 times, and both times I was like, well, that's cool.
Actually, Spielberg even said that was actually a nod to 1960s horror classic.
Yeah.
That was a creature feature that did that, and it was one of the first ones that started doing that because they didn't have the budget to show.
Yeah, I feel that.
Is your favorite one the one in the waterfall and the snake lands on the dude and he's like, and then he like runs out and gets
there's that, but I think the first time they do it, I liked even more, where the little baby lizards all jump over the one guy and then just the pool of blood streams out from under a log.
Yeah.
I hate that Russian dude.
You know who the guy is, right? That gets eaten by the baby.
Yeah, the guy that plays a Russian in every fucking movie known to man.
Yeah, Jumanji. He was in Jumanji.
No, he's not in Jumanji. What the fuck?
Yeah, wasn't that?
No, dude.
Oh, no, that's not him. My bad.
He was in Armageddon. He was in Bad Boys.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, he was also in American Gods. I loved him in American Gods.
I swear, you need a stereotypical Russian dude. He always plays it. Always. Yeah. It's just really funny.
The funny thing is, I don't believe that he's Russian, at all. But
no,
he's not.
He is. I'll tell you right now because I'm on his Wikipedia. He's Swedish.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I think we were making fun of that the other day or something like that when we had a conversation.
So his actual name is Rolf Peter Ingvar Storm, but he's known professionally as Peter Stormare.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could pronounce that mouthful.
Yeah, so Peter Stormare. That's what people know him as.
So what do you guys give this movie as a rating wise?
What did we give Jurassic Park 1?
10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, right?
We all gave it a 10.
I'm going to give this a 6, maybe a 7.
I'm going to go with 7 on this one.
I'm going to go with 6.
Yeah.
I have nostalgia. I was I really liked the first one, but I also really liked this one. So just with my nostalgia goggles on, I'll probably give it like a 7.5, maybe an 8 if I'm being nice.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah. I like this movie. It's just dumb, but yeah, it definitely doesn't hold a candle to the original. The original's like on a fucking...
No, but it's not like insulting.
No, yeah, it's definitely not, hey, Alan, a
Alan.
fucking raptor talking. Fuck off, dude.
Oh my god, I want somebody to make the video. You know, like is it a gopher? Yeah, I think it's a gopher. That's like, Alan, hey, Alan,
Yeah.
Alan. I need somebody to do that with the raptor. Oh my god.
Right.
If you're listening and you're good with computers, please do that for me and send it to us.
Before we end this segment, I want to talk about... So I don't know what happened with you yesterday, William, that you just started spamming our group chat with like your face on
With
actors.
deep fakes.
Yeah, like deep fakes of William's face on just different scenes in different movies. And I gotta say, man, some of them look really bad. But dude, Theoden, I was like, holy shit.
Did you see the Hammond one I just sent you?
Yeah, that one kind of looks iffy. Like, okay, Lewis, since you're like a fucking Lord of the Rings, nut, have you seen that one in the group chat?
Yes, that is by far the best one.
Dude, you look exactly like Theoden. It's creepy. It's really creepy. But then I brought it up because right now, literally as we were talking, he sent in the group chat, "Welcome to Jurassic Park." It's a deep fake of William's face on Hammond.
How are you doing these? Is there like an app?
Yeah, there's an app that it's free the first 3 days, and then it's like $20 for the year.
Oh, that's why you did it.
And
so you're going crazy in those first 3 days, aren't you?
but the thing is, like, there's so many, because like they give you like so many different options that you can do. There's like well over 200 different options between obviously Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, obviously, like your big hitters, and then there's you can take regular gifts that people normally use and make it your own face, and then use that as your own gift. From then on.
The ones that really stand out to me that they're just like really weird and creepy is Legolas when he's like putting his hand on Aragorn, and I forgot which one is it. Is Merry or Pippin during?
Dude, the one that I found hilarious was the one of Jack Nicholson.
Yes.
He looks cross-eyed.
He does look cross-eyed. I wish the listeners could see this, man. It is too funny. You should post these on the Man Bites.
I may. I'm sending 2 of them as Robert Downey Jr. There's one that I'm sending as Captain America that actually, like, for my girlfriend to say that it looked good, because like she's never really impressed by shit like this. She looked at that one and she was like, "That's actually really good." And I was like, "All right." And then I'm sending a Thor one because I have to.
All right. On that note, Zach, what is the next movie?
Amistad.
Amistad. All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay home with that one.
We are, for the record, I believe we are exactly halfway through the Spiel binge.
Wow, already? Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the latter half is oh so pleasant.
I'm hyped.
Zach's just like, it's my segment. Let's fucking go. No. All right. On that note, I'm sorry. I'm going to ask. I know this is shitty. I shouldn't have asked. Are you joining us for the main review or no?
I am not.
You are not. Okay. I was like, I'm not sure if he is, but I'm going to ask anyway.
But I'm excited for it. What is it? Tell the people.
Overlord.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You don't want to join us?
No, I'm good.
All right. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thank you guys. Check out Living Dead.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. And of course, stay tuned as this quick break when we come at you with our main segment, the main review.
Welcome to an exploration of sight and mind, a travel through the world of films and the artists that bring you these masterpieces. Do you love films, directors, actors, cinematographers, editors, composers, or any of the hundreds of artists that bring you these feats of art? I am Luislacau, your host into the world of films, your guide to Man Bites Retro.
All right, guys, welcome back for our main segment of the show, the main review. This was William's pick, Overlord.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So Overlord, it's a war horror movie film, produced by J.J. Abrams and directed by Julius Avery. Sorry, I don't know if he's directed anything else.
He's done two or three movies before. They're all like B films.
So this was a movie that I wanted to watch when they first announced it. Kind of flew over my radar, and I just forgot about it, and I never watched it.
Originally, this was supposed to be part of the Cloverfield trilogy.
No, it was never explicitly said, but
No,
people
it was
still
rumored.
Yeah, it was rumored, and people still to this day think that it is part of the Cloverfield universe.
I don't understand how, because this is based on a comic book that has nothing to do with Cloverfield.
Well, because they didn't.
Are you sure this is based on a comic book?
Yeah, trust me. Yeah.
Interesting.
They didn't state that at the beginning when they're promoting the film. All
Yeah.
they were saying was that this is, and also that same year, it was the the Paradox one was supposed to come out, and then they delayed the release of that one, and this one got stuck because J.J. Abrams was producing it, so people thought that this was going to be the Cloverfield.
When it really was Paradox.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So
people got confused with it.
So Overlord is a movie that takes place during World War II, specifically the night before D-Day.
Yeah.
And basically, these Americans are on a ship. They're going to jump behind enemy lines in France to basically blow up this like tower so that the Allied forces can land on Normandy's beaches and all this shit, and you know, D-Day can ensue.
Imagine Wolfenstein with Saving Private Ryan.
This movie is straight up Wolfenstein. The entire time I'm watching this movie, I'm like, this is fucking Wolfenstein. This is it. This is straight up. Yeah. So the movie is your typical like war film, but with a twist. Basically, they find that the Nazis have found this weird tar in this small French village, and they're doing these really crazy experiments on people. I don't know how far you want me to go with that, but
no, let's leave it like that. Let's leave it open, because this is not a movie that a lot of people, I think, got a chance to see.
Yeah.
It kind of flew under a lot of people's radar, I think, and I think just describing it this way, it gives it open for people to watch.
Yeah. Honestly, the movie's like, again, I had wanted to see this when it first came out, and I was so pleasantly surprised that from the beginning I was like, this is actually really entertaining.
And really well done, honestly.
It really is.
You would think that this was going to be like a B film and all that stuff. It is really, really well done.
So the movie is streaming on Amazon, and Amazon has this beautiful thing that they have like little trivia, right?
Yeah.
Specifically, if you're on if you're watching it on a computer, I don't know if they have it like if you're watching it like on a TV.
No, they don't.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the movie, I was reading the trivia. And they wanted most of the movie to be practical effects so that the actors could see what they were coming up against.
You could tell the scenes.
So I apologize. I misspoke because I thought I had read somewhere there was a correlation between Overlord and the I would say like an adult comic graphic novel. Sorry, that's the word. The graphic novel Operation Overlord.
Okay.
But there is no connection. It is, in fact, an original concept, which a lot of people are saying is Wolfenstein. Everything's Wolfenstein except for the name.
I like how you said Wolfenstein. You were like Wolfenstein. I was like, oof.
Stein.
Tell me, William. But honestly, man, I was very pleasantly surprised. The practical effects look good. The acting is like, I thought it was like some of the actors, like the main character, the black guy. Let me find his name.
Dude, I love the head trauma that ensues in this movie. I'm a big sucker when it comes to head trauma in a horror film, and this has some of the best. And the movie that I'm going to bring up for my individual review is even better. I fucking love head trauma. And
fuck me. Okay. Did you guys know that so you know in this is not spoiler, it happens within the first 10 minutes of the movie. when they are shot down in France and they're walking along that field and one of them gets blown up.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Did you know who that person was?
No.
That's what's this guy from Game of Thrones, bro? Daenerys' like right-hand man.
Oh shit.
The dude that falls in love with the black chick.
Oh
Eric
shit.
Redmond.
What was that, William?
I want to. Oh no, wait, no. I thought it was Eric.
It's the young guy. That he has like a shaved head. He's like the head of her like army.
The young guy. Oh, yes.
He's also a rapper, like singer.
Hang on. He's the head of the Unsullieds.
How was that?
He's the leader of the Unsullied.
Yes. I'm getting his name now. He is the one that gets blown up.
Jacob Anderson.
Yes, Jacob Anderson. Yep, that is him. You just can't tell because of the lighting. He's wearing a helmet, and also he's not speaking in a British accent. So,
well, Bokeem Woodbine is in this movie too, and he's in a lot of stuff that he's in a lot of mainstream movies, but never really has a lead role. So, like, a lot of people don't know who the hell he is, but I recognize his face everywhere.
Wait, who were you saying? Who was it?
The African American guy, Bokeem Woodbine. He plays the sergeant.
Oh yeah. The one that I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, First, every time I see him, I go right back to the movie The Rock because that was the first time I see him in. But he's been in a lot of stuff.
I recognized a few people. I just couldn't place who and where I saw them. And I was like, where is that?
Funny as fuck. Now that I see him, like I'm hovering over him, the actor that plays the basically the antagonist of the film, the Nazi officer, he is actually also from Game of Thrones. He plays fucking Greyjoy.
That's the crazy guy.
Euron Greyjoy.
Yeah. That's the crazy guy from the island.
What?
Yeah, that's Euron Greyjoy. Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, Pilou Asbæk.
Yeah, that's him. Now that I saw his picture on Wikipedia, I'm like, oh, that is Euron Greyjoy. Yeah. They
apparently sometimes you just keep on playing dick.
Hey, that is one of my favorite characters in Game of Thrones. I freaking love him in that.
By the way, so this movie is gory, but it's like as fucked up as this is to say, like kind of like cool gory. It's like
hell yeah, it is.
It's like fun gory. It's not like something that is like, it's not like you're watching like Hostel where it's like it basically looks like fucking torture porn, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the guy explode, I paused it and rewound it like 3 or 4 times because I wanted to see like all the special effects that they put in it, and it was fucking glorious. You saw like a leg flipping across and you saw the other leg going. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
My favorite though, and I'm not gonna say who it happens to, is the person that gets shot in the face.
Yes. Oh god,
that shit. Awesome. When they finally show it, I was like, whoa. And I don't know, that was practical effects, right?
Yep.
To a certain extent.
Oh hell yeah.
Like I don't know about the mouth, like maybe the teeth and shit, some of it was CGI, but for the most part, like his face looks.
You put it in perspective for those that are. If you've ever seen the opening, well, not the opening scene. If you ever seen the D-Day sequence of Saving Private Ryan, in comparison to this movie, that's G-rated.
Yeah. I wouldn't go that far, but
I mean, you know. Like when the guy like revives in the
clinic, yeah. Don't say anymore. Don't say anymore. Like, but yes, I
cracking left and right. It's like, I mean, it's about zombies, so you know somebody's gonna die and come back. That's not really a spoiler.
There's definitely body horror in this movie.
Yes, there is.
There's definitely body horror.
But I'm glad that this movie won.
I'd never even heard of. So okay. I didn't know that Overlord was this movie. It kind of didn't, like, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And then when it won, I was like, oh, this is Overlord, the one I wanted to watch. The other one, the one with the clown, I've never even heard of that movie.
It's not like a well-known movie. I liked it because it's like, I like slasher movies where the protagonist killer never speaks or utters a word and literally just is acting throughout the entire movie, and you're and when you can feel what he's trying to come through and just the evilness that's coming through him.
Isn't that like 90% of slashers? Jason, Michael Myers,
Terrifier, it's avant-garde, hipster bullshit horror. It holds its punches so much, and when it does deliver it doesn't deliver it well. You don't get that gore wow factor like you get in Overlord. You just kind of get this subtle like, oh, this is for those people that only saw Disney movies but they think that they're hipster and they want to watch horror now and they can't handle or stomach real horror. That's what I
will say this about Overlord. The ending felt weird to me.
I loved it. It left it open for a second part.
I don't know. To the entire time since, I always watch horror movies thinking that something bad is going to happen at the end, because that's usually how they end. You basically you think that the good guys won, and then the movie's like psych, haha, So I was waiting for something bad to happen, and it kind of like started, and then it stopped, and I'm like, oh, this is they're really going to end like on a happy note, okay. So I don't know. It felt weird. It kind of felt not like your typical horror movie.
I liked it. I like how it ended with that because it went back to like classic horror. It went back and it destroyed all those tropes that we're used to and shit like that. And it kind of gave it a refresher. And I was so happy when this won. I fucking hate Terrifier.
Had you ever seen Overlord or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the preview to Overlord, but it is wonderful. Like it starts with them when they're all in the plane, right? Yeah. And so like you just think it's another World War II movie until it really kicks in. But what kind of gives it away, if had you known nothing, like the first time that I saw the preview, I knew nothing about this. Hell's Bells is playing in the background. AC/DC's Hell's Bells. You hear that bell ringing, and you're going, "This is not good." Like you don't randomly pick Hell's Bells, even for a World War II movie. If you're trying to make a storyline of somebody that went through hell during the Second World War and everything else, Hell's Bells is just very out there. So when that started playing in the background and I heard the guitar, I'm like, this is more than what they're showing, and I was right. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see it in the movie theater. I ended up catching it on at home. But I would have loved to see this in surround sound, especially like in those cinemas where like you hear everything going around you, just to get like that full effect of what's happening.
I'll tell you right now, the sound design on this wasn't that great. You don't hear like in like the D-Day invasion for Saving Private Ryan that you hear like the effects behind you and all that shit. It was very two-dimensional. They didn't really do a lot of sound engineering where you actually felt like immersed in it.
I'm wondering if they didn't expect this movie to do like.
They probably didn't.
It's a low-budget film, dude. This is actually a really low-budget film.
It has the budget of this movie was $38 million.
That's low.
Yeah, that's very low.
I would high for horror, but it's low for action
I could
movies.
Totally see that the first the intro sequence when they're on the plane was probably the most expensive part of the movie. I wouldn't doubt it.
I would agree. Yeah, that's true.
That or the climax of the movie when they're like trying to blow up the radio tower.
Yeah.
By the way, I read up that was actual real plane that they had to blow up, and they put it like on a stilt, and like they had to roll people through fire, like people that like when the front of the plane blows up and like people are like being dragged into the fire.
Yeah,
they actually had to do that with like stuntmen.
That's awesome.
I was like, that's super cool. Honestly, man, I was so pleasantly surprised. I had a blast. It's not Wolfenstein, but if you want to watch a movie that is probably the closest shit we'll ever get to Wolfenstein, watch Overlord.
What would you give it?
Like for the horror movie and for everything? I'm sorry, go ahead, Brandon.
Like an 8.5. Really? I really like this movie.
I'm there with him. Like, although it is predictable to like some extent, like again, to be a low budget movie and the practical effects to be how they are, and it kept I've seen this movie 4 times now, and even the 4th time around, I'm still watching the movie. It's not like a background noise. It's not like, okay, I'm just gonna do it to like kind of like freshen up on it and talk. Like I'm glued to it, even knowing what's coming, even like the fight scenes, like everything. It's because also like they take time to depict how German Nazis were in occupied countries, in this case France.
Yeah.
And just like the horrors of war, even for civilians. Like when you take time to do that, and you could have taken that money for those scenes and filmed more horror scene or more gore scenes or done something. They're like, nope, that's what we're doing. Then when we're filming this and we're taking care of this, to me, it elevates it. And I really hope that they do some kind of like spin-off or a sequel or a
prequel. I would want to see a prequel.
Like maybe like even a prequel of how it led up to it from the German standpoint. I would say make a video game, but obviously we pretty much know that this is Wolfenstein.
Yeah,
I want to see like a House of 1,000 Corpses, mad scientists unleashing these zombies on the village. I just want to see something like that, just fucking all out.
Also, I really like the characters in this movie. They're all like enjoyable. They're all fun. Like Tibbet, who at the beginning is a fucking total douche nozzle. You're like, oh, I kind of like you at the end of the movie. Like I love the part when he's with Rosenberg, the guy that was saved.
Yeah.
And Rosenberg's shooting a gun that's for 2 people. And he's like, shoot faster. And he's like, this gun's for 2 people, you fucking dick. And I was just like, yes. Like, I don't know, man. I really like the characters. The acting was really well. Like some of those people, like the main character, Rosenberg, I've never seen those actors before.
I love his interaction with the little kid. That was great.
Yeah, exactly. Like all the characters are really enjoyable. Even the antagonist is enjoyable to, as far as you can take that.
Oh, he's a badass bad guy. I mean,
yeah,
badass bad guy.
Yeah.
I would give this a 9 out of 10. I
nice.
fucking enjoy this movie.
Yeah. It was really good. And go do yourself a favor and play Wolfenstein, because God.
I'm actually playing Wolfenstein 2 on PlayStation Now.
I have to play that shit, the newest one. I haven't played the newest one.
So far, I mean, I'm a quarter way into the campaign. I enjoyed the first one more.
Okay.
The shooting mechanics on this ones are a little bit more harder to grasp and to focus, and even even with the zooming is not as doesn't zoom as much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not bad. Like the missions are actually relatively long, and it's entertaining. But
for Lewis, who's never seen the new games, it's basically you're still playing as BJ Blazkowicz.
Yeah.
And but the game takes place in the 60s.
I know. I've seen the gameplay. I've just never played it myself. But I love Wolfenstein 3D, the original PC one.
Oh yeah, the original's great, dude.
Oh dude, it was so good.
The first video game. Well, that was one of the first computer games that I played, because I'm not much of a computer gamer.
Fucking Spear of Destiny and everything. Oh,
hell
dude,
yeah,
so good.
Bro, when you play it against Mecha Hitler.
Yeah.
That game is so fucking ridiculous.
My dad used to work in a computer-based company.
Okay.
He would have to go in on the weekend sometimes, and then I'd be like, "Hey, Dad, can I come with you?" Just because I don't want to be home. He's like, "Cool, yeah." And then I found out that he had he would set me up where I could play all these different games. And one day he's like, "Try this game, you may enjoy it." And he walked away. Mind you, I was like, 10, maybe 9, 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And Wolfenstein comes up, and I'm like, all right, so for the next 3 hours, I'm running around killing Nazis. And my dad's like, you okay? I'm like, I'm having a ball. And just killing around, and that game stuck with me for ever.
Yeah, Doom and Wolfenstein are both incredible games.
Dude, I remember I found a patch for Doom that it was aliens based.
Yeah,
so oh my god, that thing was fucking awesome. Oh my god, it's so good.
There's so many because Doom was okay. there's
It's
this
patch friendly, right?
I've never Doom, like id, basically the two creators, John Romero and John Carmack, they were both like super about people fucking with the game.
Yeah.
So it became like freeware. Basically, they like put it out online, and they were like, you could download it for free, and you could do with what you want with it, and put it back online so people can download your game. I don't usually do this on the show, but there's this incredible book called Masters of Doom. It's basically about id Software, the company, of how they made fucking Wolfenstein, Doom, and then eventually how they broke up and all that shit. It's super interesting. Super, super interesting. And how, like, crazy backlash, like, Doom got because of how violent it was. And
fuck people.
And at one point, like, fucking the kids that did the Columbine massacre, they had made their school in the game.
Ah, jeez, come on, like people.
No, it's just crazy. It's just insane how much like backlash that game got, and other games like Mortal Kombat, and yeah. It's crazy.
People need to get off their high horse because we've had violence in society since the beginning. Of time. So you're gonna tell me that human behavior is dictated by playing a video game that's only been around for the last 40 years?
Remember when the Pope was playing Wolfenstein and then he sent over the Crusaders to go?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, come on. The biggest atrocities of fucking humankind, besides the Crusades, World War II, the freaking Spanish Inquisition, that was all pre-video game. So if people are going to tell me that video games inflict violence, get the fuck out of here.
No, I don't think it ensues violence, but I think that if you are already
desensitized,
already if you're suffering from something, it might not help.
I think it affects kids that are little kids that are still developing.
Because, like, for instance, I played it wasn't super violent, but it's violent in the sense that I am killing people. I was 6 years old and I was playing GoldenEye.
Dude,
like, I was
introduced to horror movies and stuff like that at a very young age. I'm not gonna go around and shoot people, and I find I remember I had to do.
The what? What'd you say, William?
I said no, but you're surely fucked up in the head.
Like, I had to kill a chicken once, and
you told me
it was like one of those like things. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to kill an animal. And I grew up with some fucked up images in my head, and it's like, dude, I'm not gonna just because I grew up watching that, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna enjoy killing a fucking chicken.
Totally, dude. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But
I don't see the correlation between the two ever.
Yeah, I know. You make us watch people kill a fucking pig on camera.
True.
Dick.
No, that's like the least. At least they fucking shot the pig and it was quick, dude. The other ones were just,
yeah, God. No, there were some bad ones. But anyways,
but yeah, Overlord. It's great. It's streaming on Amazon Prime. I really, really hope that maybe they'll do something. Maybe it becomes like a franchise. It would be really cool to see, like, because there's always like that. They talk about like how the Nazis were into the occult and like weird shit.
Yeah,
that'd be super cool if they kind of do. They went like a Wolfenstein route, and it was just like zombies and fucking weird shit that they find. And I'd be super down with it. I'd be super okay with it. Just do it. But yeah, stay tuned to this quick break when we come at you, not live, never live, with the final segment of our show. The individual reviews. Unmute yourself, you fuck. I'm kidding.
Me?
No, Lewis. Yeah, yes. Okay, who's going? Okay, Lewis, you're going last, right?
No, I'm going second.
Oh, okay.
It's a week.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right.
I don't think it matters anymore with everything that we're doing now, right?
Okay, so do you want to just set like a fucking like?
I think we change it up every week, whatever we feel. I want to go in the middle because I have a very passionate movie that I want.
Oh boy. Okay,
I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh, come on, that wasn't even a fucking trip. Fuck you.
Wait, what?
Oh no, I got the Islander Rangers game on.
Oh.
As the songs of awakening rang through, the world was created. The silence was broken.
Middle-earth, with its rolling hills, broken mountains, flowing rivers, and beautiful forest, was created.
Cellar Door is a journey into the mythology, the mystery, and the beauty of Middle-earth. Sit back
Close your eyes.
and imagine.
All right, guys, welcome
Fuck
back.
your shit.
My God.
Fuck your mother.
Whoa. Never attack a man's mother. What's wrong with you?
What'd you say about my mama?
More than anything, fuck you. Come on. You guys don't know what movie that's from?
I actually don't. Where's that from?
House of a fucking Thousand Corpses, bro.
Mm.
Oh.
Okay. It's okay. Just
I don't know. I still like the half-baked one. Fuck you. You're cool.
you're cool. Yeah.
No. My favorite one is SLC Punk, the scene where he goes, I am 18 and for the first time I could say, fuck you. And he tells his parents that. It was fucking glorious.
All right. So welcome back for the final segment of our show, the individual reviews. William is going to be going first this week.
All right. So unfortunately, I wasn't paying full attention to the movie that I originally picked. The one I want to talk about because I thought it
movie?
was part of the Amazon Prime. Come to find out, it was Amazon Prime Stars.
Oh.
So, because I was gonna review Land of the Dead,
Okay.
which was I guess we call it the sequel.
That's the one with John Leguizamo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I liked it because it's when I saw it back then, it was an enjoyable movie. But now that I saw it again, I'm like, oh my god, this is the world right now, where the rich are hiding out. There's a pandemic, which are the zombies. Poor people are left out in the fucking cold and thrown fucking breadcrumbs. And look at that, we're revolting, and the rich all die. But I can't go into that because it was part of Stars and it's not part of the basic thing. So I went on Netflix and I gave a movie a chance, which, I mean, I'm not mad about it, but I'm not satisfied about it. It's called Truth or Dare.
Oh, Truth or Dare was fun.
I've heard of this movie. Let me look it up.
It's definitely
It's stupid fun, but it's fun.
It is. It's one of those. It's kind of like if I were to compare it to a different movie, I would compare it to Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah. Come on, Drag Me to Hell.
Let me say why. Let me say why. Not because the two movies are the same or whatever. It's paranormal activities. There isn't a killer. It's just literally some entity from the other side that is giving you the option to live or die.
What is up with these pictures of these people smiling? Holy shit. Dude. Oh my god.
It is predictable. It starts with a long time, not a long time ago, but this had happened to a different group of people, and now it's happening to a new group of people, and how are they going to come out, and is anybody going to survive? It is definitely one of those by comparison, it's not Overlord, right? But it's it's a campy kind of classic, kind of, if you want to put it that way. Cult classic.
Blumhouse trying to find another franchise to tack on. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, they're trying to find footing and be will this catch speed, or will this gain steam, and could we possibly do a Truth or Dare too? I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it. It would probably end up being the same thing as, the same formula as number one. The cast is I don't believe there's any big name actors in this. They're all up and coming. They're not bad actors. They're just up and coming actors. And
I wouldn't say that. I mean, there's some cheesy as fuck acting in this movie.
Well, yeah, but I mean, when I see a movie like this and I'm okay, it's cheesy. I also wonder if it's cheesy because they know that it's cheesy and this is the kind of acting that they need to do. I will wait and see future roles of these actors to see if this is, if they keep doing the same type of movies or if they actually do other things. I real quick, going back to like Land of the Dead, there's a movie on Amazon Prime called Risen of the Dead or something like that. I gotta look it up real quick. Do not watch that movie. It's a British movie. It's horrible.
Never seen it.
You have seen it?
I have not. No.
Oh, okay.
But it's bad. Yeah.
Hey, you're lucky I didn't go with a trauma film this week. All right, I was thinking about doing a Poultrygeist, and I was like, no, let's do actual horror.
Oh, Dawning of the Dead, I believe it's.
Oh, jeez, sounds bad already.
I thought Dawning of the Dead. I thought it was going to be along the lines of Dawn of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Rise of the Dead, and I'm like, all right, let me watch this. Like, literally, maybe 30 minutes in, I'm like, I'm taking a nap, and fell asleep.
How can you compare those to any of these B films? You got fucking George Romero and Tom Savini at their peak. How? There's no way. I'm sorry. Those are fucking staples of horror. Like, those are classics.
Oh yeah, no, but I thought that this was going to be along those lines, kind of like maybe like an ode to the classics, kind of like a new spin on it or whatever. No, it's just atrocious. But anyway, back to
Truth or Dare.
Truth or Dare. It's definitely one of those, like, if you want to have a date night and have her sit a little bit closer to you and you're like, it's okay, I'll cover your face, come here, and kind of movies, because
cover your face with what?
It is definitely graphic. Wait, what?
Cover your face with what?
I'm just saying. Like,
Ew.
But, ew. Is that what Carla says?
That tastes funky.
That's what Naomi says.
Oh my god. I'm dying. Woo!
That's what she said.
Tomorrow we doesn't say anything because we don't watch scary movies.
By the way, real random, before you go back into Truth or Dare, have you guys seen Unfriended, that horror movie, like on Skype?
Yep.
Yes.
The movie's
Is it good?
So stupid. No.
It's stupid? Okay.
It's
Gotcha.
not good.
Yeah. Like even the sequels, the sequel's definitely worse, but the first one is like, eh.
Okay.
It's trying way too hard, and the sequel is even worse, dude. That's on dark web. Fucking god awful.
Okay.
But yeah, so Truth or Dare, it's enjoyable. It's not too long, and there seems to be like a mix of practical effects and CGI between the two of them, so it's a good balance of the two. I give it like about a 7 out of 10. It's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie, but it's not like a crap movie either. So a good solid 7. Enjoyable. I recommend it if you want to take a break from like classics, kind of thing. You want to see something that's a little campy. Originally I was gonna go with Zombievers, but I'm like, maybe not.
Give this a 6. It's
like,
not.
let's not go too campy on this. So
I go with 6 on this.
6?
Yeah.
6? All right. So, like, that's not bad. We're, like, one number off. So that's kind of like we're agreeing on something.
Close enough.
Okay.
I'll probably never will.
I'll probably never watch it, honestly, but that's fine. I have a thing with PG-13 horror movies.
Yeah, same here. I was kind of wonky about that, but it's directed at teenagers, so you could see why they pulled some of the punches.
Gotcha.
Now this one pulls no fucking punches. It's called Monster Party, and it is about these 3 people that these 3 teenagers, they're kind of like they kind of do like heists and stuff like that in houses. They break into houses, they steal shit, and they're really good at it though. And they don't do it like these normal cliche bullshits. Each one has kind of their specialty that they could do. and they steal from houses. So it's not like a huge amount of money, but it's a pretty modest sum. And they decide to do a bigger score, which is this kind of like super rich house that the girl actually bartends for like parties and stuff like that they do. She actually is part of like a group of people that bartends and helps out waiting and all that stuff for the group of people doing the party. But
what's it called?
Murder party. Monster party, sorry.
Okay.
And the thing is, though, is that these group of people are serial killers in rehab.
How the fuck do you... What?
They're all in rehab. They're part of like... It's like AA for murderers.
Sure.
And they're doing their yearly reunion where they all come together and have drinks and stuff like that and celebrate that they haven't killed a person in another year.
Oh my god.
But madness ensues. And it is some of the funnest horror I've ever seen. Now that I gave the synopsis, I want to highlight the kill or kind of like the gush or gore factors of this. There's a straight shot to the head, like literally point blank. There's a cane bashing equivalent to the scene in Irreversible, where you see the man's head like completely caved in at the end.
But I feel like, okay, but is it as like...
It's not as visceral being so close to it. It's not like that. It's from far away.
But also I feel like it's visceral because like Irreversible tries to be like, I don't know how to describe it, like realistic.
Yeah.
So that's why it's
this
so visceral.
Not.
Yeah, exactly.
This is played for laughs. It's
exactly.
played for laughs. 100%. Yeah. This is a comedy horror. It is for sure comedy horror, and you could tell it has those moments of laughter pause where it expects the audience to laugh. So you could tell where they kind of placed those strategically in the film. There's a throat cutting sequence, which is fucking visceral as fuck. There's a meat cleaver to the skull, the abdomen, the neck, the arms, and the torso.
Jesus.
Okay. There's a slit wrist sequence. There is a face eating sequence.
Oh my god, is this fucking Miami again, bro? With
right?
What was that drug?
Bath salts?
Yeah, bath salts, thank you.
Dude, oh my god, that sequence was fucking nuts. There's a surprise character in the film that only comes out for one scene, and it's the most bizarre shit you will ever see, but it is a face-eating sequence. And the next one is face cutting. There's this guy that actually has a slice across his face from a cleaver that he got hit with. Okay. And the guy peels his face off.
What?
Okay. There's a chainsaw to the stomach. Literally chainsaw to the stomach. And it's like still going. And you hear like the sequence. Fucking glorious. There's a stomach slicing sequence where you see the guts actually come out. It looks like fucking, what do you call it? Hot dogs and shit like that, and sausages and all that stuff. It's fucking glorious the way they did this. It was something like out of a fucking Romero film. It was really well done. And I fucking love that. Those were the highlight, like kill kind of maiming sequences. And it's just a fun fucking horror movie. You get in there, you watch it. It's high octane horror, gore, just comedy, and you get to the end and you expect it to end and you're like, oh wow, that was actually good. And then it hits you with another one that you did not expect the way that it ends. You never would have expected that. And it's so well done.
What's it streaming on?
It's on Prime.
Okay. I may actually end up watching that at some point when I get back.
It's actually really fun. It's something that you have to have a strong stomach because there are some gory as fuck sequences, but it's well done. It's entertaining, and it keeps moving pretty quick. Like, it's an hour and a half long, and it doesn't seem like it. Like, I watched it during my lunch break at work, and don't tell anybody, but I kind of stayed watching it and didn't go back to work. So so I went like over by like 30 minutes.
How's the new job treating you, by the way?
Oh, it's going great.
By the way, weren't you at home? Aren't you working from home?
Yeah, I'm working from home.
Oh, then who the fuck is gonna know?
Nobody, because I'm the supervisor.
Exactly.
Unless you admit it on a podcast and somebody happens to hear it.
Nobody listens to this from there.
Wow.
Don't ever tell them to listen.
Not to this episode, at least.
Exactly.
Plausible deniability. So, honestly, it's probably fun factor, probably a 9 out of 10. Actual film factor, probably like a 7 out of 10. But it is just fucking glorious because there is some kitschy moments. You could tell some mistakes. There's some sequences that are misplaced, but they're fun, even if they're misplaced. So yeah, you can't deny that this film does have its kind of flaws and shit like that, but for me it was enjoyable and I don't give a shit. So I give it a 9, but I could tell you a lot of people will think of it as a 7.
Okay.
So yeah,
all right,
on Amazon.
What was that, William?
Which means we'll give it a 4.
Nah, maybe.
Well, Branden, yes.
No, I'll
not a horror fan.
It sounds interesting.
I like horror. I'm just picky with my horror.
So, what horror do you bring us then?
So I brought a what a lot of people consider to be a classic, a movie that I actually had never got around to seeing. This was my first time watching it. And I was just randomly like, I actually had watched it before our last episode, but it's a horror movie, so I was like, oh, perfect, I'll just review it. And that is Candyman.
Oh, nice.
I'd never seen Candyman. Of course, I've heard of it. A lot of people, refer to it as
Tony fucking Todd.
Yeah, a lot of, like I said, a lot of people refer to it as like this classic. And it is. I very much enjoyed it. So basically, the plot is Virginia Madsen, who plays, what is her character's name? Helen Lyle. By the way, for a second there, okay, hear me out. Does she look like fucking Sharon Stone, or is it just me?
I could see that somewhat.
Like 90s fucking Basic Instinct Sharon Stone. Don't they look alike?
Little bit.
They look so alike to me that I was like, oh, that's Sharon Stone, and then I looked it up. I'm like, that is not Sharon Stone. So Helen Lyle is a graduate student. She's doing her thesis for her PhD, and she lives in Chicago, and she comes across this like urban legend of this basically Bloody Mary, but Candyman. Basically, you say his name 5 times in front of a mirror, and then this guy with a bloody stump with a hook that has been jammed in that bloody stump comes and basically kills you. And she basically, with her other friend who's also a PhD student, they start doing their thesis on this like urban legend, and of course, chaos ensues from there. The movie it takes a while to pick up.
Yep.
It takes a while. Like, it kind of reminded me, it's definitely like not your typical horror that's like from the get-go, it's just like smacking you in the face. It's like, okay, we're going to build up the tension to, what Candyman is. Like, at one point in the film, when she's, like, in this, like, public restroom, this man walks in, and you as the viewer think, oh, this is Candyman, and it's not. And then the movie continues to build this dread of this character. And Tony Todd does an incredible job as Candyman. He is fucking creepy, dude. And his voice...
That sequence when you see him in the bath and the the mirror for the first time. Holy fuck! Yeah,
and
so well
it's crazy how I know they actually did it like how he put bees in his mouth and shit. Yep. That's fucking God. That man must have been stung. I don't know how many fucking times.
68 times, if I remember the documentary right.
68 times
he got stung. The first time that he put them in. After that, he actually did like a numbing agent, so the bees weren't able to actually do it.
Interesting. Okay. But that sequence, like when he like opens his mouth, you're just like, what the fuck? And it's a weird movie. Like, I'm assuming the sequels are trash. I don't know if you guys have seen them. They're not?
No, they're actually not bad.
No, they're not.
Really?
I think there's one. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's fourth one is really bad. But other than that, honestly, all of them are pretty fucking good.
According to Wikipedia, there's only 2 sequels, and that's Candyman Farewell to the Flesh and Candyman Day of the Dead.
No, just more.
Yeah.
Oh, and technically the spiritual sequel, which is Jordan Peele, the one that is being produced by Jordan Peele.
No, there's more than that, dude. There's like, it's an weird, odd thing. Oh,
are you guys excited for the Jordan Peele Candyman or?
He's been hit or miss with me, so I don't know.
I don't know if I'm like I don't want to say like I'm not excited, but because I'm looking forward to it, and so far I've enjoyed Jordan Peele's production.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
Not just the movies, but like I just finished, like I literally binge watched Twilight Zone season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I thoroughly enjoyed that. There's some really big, like really good episodes in season 2, which I really liked. I mean, not that there's like a rift between them, but between Twilight Zone and Black Mirror, I'm definitely more of a Twilight Zone fan over Black Mirror.
Gotcha.
But the preview, they released the preview right before the pandemic had started, and they were supposed to release it over the summer. It looked good. It looked very much along the lines of, like you were saying, the suspense of Candyman.
Yeah.
With some Easter eggs already. Like when you can see Easter eggs in a preview, you makes you think exactly how deep this will go. As like, you know,
the movie takes place in the same place as the original Cabrini Green.
Yeah.
Like they're going back to their roots, basically. My only thing with I was super confused by the ending. Like when spoilers, this movie came out 30 years ago, even though I just watched it for the fucking first time. Fuck you. When she dies and then the credits roll, like she's part of like the lore now. She's part of the legend.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So my mistake, I want to make a correction. It was the third one that was kind of wonky, and the fourth one that I was actually talking about was a fan-made film about it, and I didn't even realize it. I was like, oh, whoops. Yeah, that's why it was atrocious.
Okay, gotcha.
It didn't even have Tony Todd, and I was like, oh, what the hell? Why am I thinking of this? And it's not a sequel. It was actually a fan-made trailer from early 2000s. It was shot completely on digital film, and you could tell. But honestly, these 3 films are really fucking good.
It's funny, it's the first time I saw Tony Todd, he wasn't Candyman. He was the Rocket Man.
Good.
And if you don't know where that movie is from, I pity you, because it's a great, even though I believe it's either Michael Bay or Schumacher movie with Nicolas Cage and
Mr. Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, like, we're going to the morgue.
That's Michael Bay.
Try. Losers always whine about trying. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. All I was the prom queen.
But
honestly, he was in The Rock. But I mean, Tony Todd is one of those. He pops up in a lot of scary horror movies. I mean, he was the mortician in the Final Destination series.
Isn't he technically Death?
Yeah.
Technically is Death, yes.
He is Death, yeah.
He was also in Night of the Living Dead. He was in Lean on Me. I mean, this man's been through a million fucking movies.
Honestly, it's a really good movie, but it's not your typical horror movie in the sense that it's not like fucking just jamming, you know.
It's a slow burn when it comes.
It's a slow burn, definitely. But I enjoyed it.
Like Hellraiser. Hellraiser to me is kind of like a slow burn.
Yeah.
It very much. If you enjoyed Hellraiser and you haven't seen Candyman, this is very much the liking of that. This for me is a 10 out of 10. This is something of a classic for me, 100%.
I would give it like an 8.5. I really enjoyed it. It definitely it's good. It just like what we were talking about with Overlord. It kind of it does the tropes with horror. Like it ends like on a bad note, kind of.
Yeah, I remember watching the second one in theaters with my dad, and that was one of the scariest things ever because there's a sequence in there when the bees come out of his mouth again, but it is fucking terrifying when you see that on a big screen and all you see is his mouth full of fucking bees slipping out, and it's like,
you're like, I don't like this.
And I have a weird aversion of fucking getting stung by wasps. So when I saw that, I was like itching all over. It was like walking through like a spider web, you know?
So what do you give it, William? You didn't say your rating.
Oh, I'm sorry. Candyman to me is probably like a good 8 out of 10. Maybe 8.5.
Same as me. I really much enjoyed it. I could definitely see why people refer to it as a classic when it comes to horror movies.
I swear to God, I thought you said I can totally see white people. I'm like,
that too.
White people all day, every day.
All right, so Lewis, you can't see him. Well, you will when he posts the video on Le Facebook. He's spinning the wheel of genres,
and we have
documentaries. Yes.
Oh, I know what I'm doing. I already know what I'm doing. Yes.
Yes. I
literally just watched one like a day and a half ago. I already know what I'm doing, what I'm bringing to the table. It's going to be somber. It's going to make you cry. It's going to make you go, fuck my life.
All right, so that's your pick, right, Lewis?
Yeah, I'll probably have it in the next 20 minutes or so because I have some good ideas already.
Okay. Of course. All right, guys, what do you want to plug, if anything?
Check out Movie Mainline if you haven't already on any of the podcast sites. We just went up on Pandora as well, so please check it out.
When are people able to hear your lovely voice on that one again?
I'm only actually taking on a producer role, so it's Greg.
Oh, you stopped. Yeah, I know you said like you were there like once a month, right?
Yeah, it's too much, honestly, and I'd prefer just to do something like this, anyways.
Okay.
So yeah,
look at that. He's not cheating on us anymore. You filthy animal.
Oh, he came back home.
He came back. William, what do you want to plug, man?
Welcome back.
So it drops on Mondays, by the way, and then on Sundays we put a special preview if you're on the YouTube channel.
Okay, all right.
Cool.
William?
I mean, I don't really have much to plug other than my usual Instagram, House of Phoenix cosplay.
Almost forgot your own handle there. You were like,
And I have such a hard time posting on that nowadays because I've got like really no content to do. I am fighting the urge. People are like, you should do TikTok, and I'm like, I'm not TikToking. Fuck that.
That's too Zoomer, dude. You're too much of a boomer for that shit.
What? Whoa! First of all, I'm Generation X.
No, that's a meme. You're either a boomer, a Zoomer, or you're a Coomer.
I'm definitely a boomer.
Don't ask, man. The internet's a weird place. You know, it's fine. Dude, I'm a millennial, and I consider myself to be a boomer in a certain aspects of like that meme. Because man, Zoomers are they're like TikTok, bro. I am not that old, and TikTok, I don't understand TikTok to save my fucking life.
There's a couple of things that I see that like I can see myself doing where I'm like, I think this would get a laugh out of it. Like there's like this challenge where like you do like the beady bodily boo, and then like, you know, you're dressed in like a t-shirt and shorts and all raggedy shit. And then like when you do the beebity bobbity boo shit, like you're all dressed to the nines and you look completely different. And I'm like, I should totally do that. And when I change into it, I should just do topless Fat Thor because that was fucking great, you know. Or like the one where like they're cleaning the windows, and then like all of a sudden you see yourself as who your inner true person is. And I'm like, I should totally do that with Bane.
Why don't you bring back that shit you were doing on Instagram? The whole like talking shit with one person.
I mean, like I thought about it. It's just it's hard to do something like that on a daily basis unless you have like shit to really talk about and do. Like every
I'm not saying to do it every day, but maybe like once a week you could do it. You know.
I may. I'm going out of town for a few days, and when I come back, I may do one. I don't know. I'll see.
Awesome.
I will let you guys know.
Anything else, William?
Yeah, welcome back, hockey. Oh my god, fucking playoffs start tomorrow. Finally, and Boston's in it. So let's go Bruins. Yeah, sports ball.
Woo! I don't understand any of it.
And I hope. And when it comes to baseball, I hope the Florida Marlins are okay because like 18 of their players tested positive for the
yes.
Oh, they're fucked. They're fucked
Miami.
this year. Proper fucked.
I don't know whose idea it was to like be like, hey, Miami's the epicenter of the coronavirus, so let's have home games here. What? Really? No.
Whatever.
Yeah, who's gonna go to that?
No, they have cutouts.
Miami games when there is no pandemic. Like, what the fuck?
Lewis, have you seen it? They have cutouts of people in the stands.
Yeah,
It's fucking weird, dude.
And then what they do is when you watch it on television, you hear the audience in the background, which makes it weirder. But it's great. Anyway,
so all right.
Just be safe. I'm going to plug safety.
Yes.
Wear a mask. Be happy.
Also, check out Zach's reading of Night of the Living Dead. Lewis will be posting a link, or somebody posted a link of it on our Facebook page, right?
Yes, Zach did. Yes.
All right, perfect. So if you go on there, you should be able to find it. And of course, even though I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks, I'm going to start streaming again. I've just been like, I had like a little snag in the road. Check out my... Yeah, I know. It's just kind of like you don't see any growth, so you kind of like, you're like, why am I doing this? It's just me internally. It's just bullshit with myself. Catch my Twitch, twitch.tv/TotoWiper. I'm going to be finishing up Resident Evil 5, and then with my good friend Danny, who also, it's his birthday on Friday, so technically when this drops, so happy birthday, Danny. And and then after that, I'll probably stream Dead Space or some other game, or I don't know, I'll figure it out. But, and also, if you enjoy our content, visit our sister site, diverselygeek.org, and of course, our brother from another mother, John, over at YouTube at Narcotic Casserole. Thank you, William.
We actually just changed the website. So we have an official manbitesmedia.com now.
Oh, shit. Awesome. That's good.
Yeah, I finally got that site. I was like, yes, fucker. Mine.
This guy's fighting for the domain name of the shit. All right. Thank you, William.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you, Brandon.
As always, I'm Branden, and we'll see you guys in the next episode of Manbitesfilm. Cue the effing drums.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da.